Stop and breathe for a moment, because if you have been wondering why God would place a younger person in your path, this message is not here to confuse you. It is here to calm you. Many people lose a blessing because they try to measure it with fear instead of fruit. So give me the next 30 seconds with your full attention. If your spirit has been feeling peace, but your mind has been fighting it, you are exactly where you need to be. And if you want more messages like this that strengthen your faith about love and marriage, subscribe now so you stay connected too. The next confirmation for your season. Angels say God is using a younger partner to bless your life. Not to embarrass you, not to burden you, not to make you explain yourself to everyone. God is not careless with your future. God is deliberate. And when God aligns an unexpected connection, it is often because the blessing is not only the person, the blessing is what God will build through the partnership. People look at age and assume they already know the story. Heaven looks at character and knows what can last. People measure years. Heaven measures fruit. And fruit shows up in the same places every time. Consistency, humility, responsibility, respect, peace that remains when emotions settle, clarity that grows instead of confusion that multiplies. So let us make this clear from the beginning. This message is not telling you to ignore red flags. A younger partner is not automatically a blessing. The blessing is the one God is shaping, the one whose life produces stable fruit. God will never ask you to betray your dignity to keep a connection. God will never confirm a relationship that lives in secrecy, pressure, manipulation, or disrespect. What God blesses can stand in the light. What God blesses can handle boundaries. What God blesses becomes clearer with time. Now listen closely. Some of you are in a season where you have prayed for peace, not excitement. You have prayed for loyalty, not attention. You have prayed for stability, not intensity. And you are surprised that the person carrying those answers does not match the age you expected. Angels say, do not reject the answer because it came in a different package than your imagination. God often answers prayers with purpose, not with stereotypes. Here is the first way God uses a younger partner to bless your life. God uses them to restore what life made heavy. Some of you became strong too early. You learned responsibility before you learned rest. You carried weight that trained you to be guarded. You became the one who thinks ahead, the one who holds it together, the one who keeps quiet even when you needed comfort. And over time, that strength can create a hidden exhaustion in your heart. Not always sadness, often just heaviness. You smile, you function, you handle life, but inside you feel like love has always demanded too much from you. So when God sends a blessing, He does not only send romance, He sends restoration. He sends a relationship that softens you instead of stressing you. He sends a connection that teaches your nervous system that peace is not a trick. Because when you have lived through inconsistency, calm can feel suspicious. When you have lived through chaos, steady love can feel unfamiliar. When you have been disappointed enough times, you start expecting pain even during good moments. Angels say God is using a younger partner to bless you with freshness of spirit, not childishness. Freshness, a hopeful energy that does not drain you, but lifts you. A warmth that does not manipulate you, but covers you. A lightness that reminds you that love does not have to be a battlefield. For many of you, the younger person is not there to make you feel older. They are there to make you feel honored. They respect your wisdom. They value your depth. They admire what you survived. They do not compete with your maturity. They feel safe under it. Watch the fruit. Do you feel calmer around them? Do you feel more like yourself? Do you sleep better instead of overthinking all night? Do you feel respected in the way they speak, the way they show up, the way they handle your boundaries? That is the beginning of blessing, because God often confirms through peace, not through pressure. Here is the second way God uses a younger partner to bless your life. God uses them to break the old pattern that kept repeating. Some of you have a history of relationships where you carried everything. You were the planner, the fixer, the communicator, the patient one, the forgiving one, the one who kept giving chances while the other person kept giving excuses. You called it love, but it felt like emotional labor. You had chemistry, but you did not have stability. You had intensity, but you did not have integrity. And after enough of that, your spirit finally prayed a different prayer. God, I want something clean. God, I want something steady. God, I want someone who does not make me beg for basics. Angels say God answered that prayer by changing the pattern. And sometimes the pattern changes through the person you did not expect. A younger partner can be a blessing because they are not attached to the same toxic blueprint you have suffered under. Some older partners use age like a shield to avoid growth. They hide behind pride. They refuse correction. They resist accountability. They say this is just who I am, while their behavior destroys peace. God is not sending you another season of stubborn pride. God is sending you someone teachable. And teachability is a powerful form of maturity. Teachability looks like listening without ego, apologizing without blame, adjusting without resentment, owning mistakes without making you feel guilty for bringing them up, protecting peace instead of protecting pride. But angels say, do not assume teachability. Observe it. A blessing connection will not punish you for standards. A blessing connection will not attack your boundaries. A blessing connection will not rush your body to bypass your discernment. A blessing connection will not hide you to keep options. A blessing connection will show consistency that survives time. Time is one of God's favorite filters. Time exposes what charm tries to hide. Time reveals whether a person is serious or simply entertained. So if you are unsure, move slowly enough to see who they are when the excitement settles. Here is the third way God uses a younger partner to bless your life. God uses them to align purpose and partnership for your next season. Many people think marriage is only romance, but heaven sees marriage as partnership for building. That is why God cares about agreement, not just attraction. Agreement in values, agreement in direction, agreement in what peace looks like, agreement in how conflict is repaired, agreement in how finances are handled, agreement in how family boundaries are protected. Some of you are stepping into a bigger chapter of life, a chapter where your standards are stronger, your calling is louder, your goals are clearer. And in this chapter, God will not attach you to someone who competes with your growth. God will not connect you to someone who resents your purpose. God will not expand your life and then partner you with someone who keeps trying to pull you back into confusion. So a younger partner can be a blessing because they are a builder, not a spectator, not a critic, not a competitor, a builder. They are willing to plan, willing to learn, willing to mature, willing to build a home that feels safe. willing to become better, not just feel good. And if you are worried, will I have to carry everything? Angels say, if this person is truly God-sent, you will not be assigned to parent your spouse. God does not bless imbalance. God blesses partnership. A younger partner who is a blessing will carry weight with you. They will not collapse when conversations become real. They will not disappear when responsibility is required. They will not run from clarity. They will welcome it. So do not be afraid of mature conversations. Ask what needs to be asked. Talk about values. Talk about timelines. Talk about boundaries. Talk about faith. Talk about what commitment means. A person who is truly aligned will not fear these conversations. They will respect you more for having them. Because truth is never offended by clarity. Only deception is irritated by questions. Now angels say this is where many people miss their blessing. They let outside voices become louder than the fruit in front of them. They let opinions sit in the driver's seat of their destiny. They let fear of judgment become stronger than the peace God is giving. So hear this. The crowd will not live in your home. The crowd will not carry your burdens. The crowd will not fight for your marriage when life gets hard. The crowd will not protect your heart at night. Your destiny is not a public vote. If God is blessing you through this connection, you do not need everyone to understand it. You need the fruit to be real, and you protect what is growing. Privacy is not shame. Privacy is protection. Some relationships need time to grow roots before they face storms of opinion. If you have been praying for confirmation, here is a simple prayer to carry in your spirit. God, if this connection is from you, let peace remain and fruit increase. Let clarity grow. Let respect stay steady. Let intentions be honorable. Remove anything, counterfeit gently but clearly, and keep me from fear-based decisions. Then watch what happens. What is counterfeit will become impatient with boundaries. What is counterfeit will pressure you. What is counterfeit will punish you for moving slowly. But what is ordained will remain consistent. What is ordained will respect your pace. What is ordained will grow clearer, not messier. And there is still one deeper blessing in this that many people do not realize until later. God is not only blessing your relationship, God is blessing your healing. God is retraining your heart to recognize safe love, and safe love often looks calmer than what you used to call passion. Safe love often feels calm because it is not trying to control you. It is not trying to confuse you. It is not trying to rush you into attachment without responsibility. And for some of you, the greatest blessing God is bringing through a younger partner is this. You are learning that peace is not boring. Peace is protection. Angels say, this is why God is using a younger partner to bless your life. God is healing the part of you that equated anxiety with love. Some of you were trained by past relationships to believe that if you were not worried, you were not invested. If you are not chasing, you are not chosen. If you are not fighting for attention, you are not valued. But that was not love. That was survival. And survival is exhausting. So when God sends you a blessing connection, it may feel unfamiliar at first because it does not trigger your old wounds the same way. It does not pull you into the same emotional roller coaster. It does not activate the same fear patterns. Instead, it brings steadiness. And your mind might resist, because your mind is used to the old pattern. Your mind keeps asking, where is the chaos? Where is the drama? Where is the push and pull? But heaven says the chaos is not missing. It was removed. Now, this does not mean there will never be challenges. Every relationship requires growth. But there is a difference between growth and torment. Growth stretches you, but it does not degrade you. Growth teaches you, but it does not humiliate you. Growth requires communication, but it does not require manipulation. So if God is using a younger partner to bless your life, you will notice that even when there is disagreement, respect remains. Even when there is tension, the connection repairs. Even when emotions rise, dignity is protected. Angels say, here is how you can recognize the blessing clearly without overthinking. Look for these repeating signs in real life. They are consistent, not just expressive. They are respectful, not just romantic. They are accountable, not just confident. They are patient with your pace, not pressuring your spirit. They are serious about building, not addicted to attention. They protect your reputation, not your confusion. They communicate during conflict, not disappear to punish you. These are covenant signs. And this is why age cannot block what God chose. Because these qualities are not produced by age. They are produced by character. Now angels say something important for those who fear long-term stability. Long-term stability is not guaranteed by an older partner. Long-term stability is built through values, discipline, and mutual effort. A younger person with covenant character will stay steady because steadiness is who they are. They may still be growing, but they are growing in the right direction. They are growing with humility. They are growing with responsibility. A blessing partner does not just love you emotionally. They build with you practically. They think about tomorrow. They plan. They prepare. They do not treat the future like a fantasy. They treat it like a responsibility. So let your relationship be tested by responsibility. How do they handle their work? How do they handle money? How do they handle family boundaries? How do they handle temptation? How do they handle stress? How do they handle correction? How do they handle your no? Angels say your no reveals more than your yes. Because your yes can be enjoyed by anyone. But your no reveals whether they honor you or only desire you. So if you want a simple test that protects you, practice not yet. Not yet to rushing. Not yet to oversharing. Not yet to blending lives too quickly. Not yet to intimacy without clarity. Not yet to moving faster than peace. Then watch the response. A counterfeit will become impatient, manipulative, offended, or inconsistent. A blessing will remain steady, respectful, and intentional. Now, for many of you, the hardest part is not the relationship, it is the opinions. Family, friends, social, media, and the fear of being judged. Angels say you must learn to stop negotiating your peace with people who do not carry your future. You can love people and still refuse their fear. You can respect advice and still follow God's peace. You can listen and still decide wisely for your own life. Because many people give opinions based on their wounds, not your calling. They are not trying to harm you, but they are not seeing what you see. They are not praying what you pray. They are not living your private reality. So angels say, let fruit be your explanation. You do not need to argue. You do not need to overshare. You do not need to defend every detail. A stable home will speak for you. And if God is using this younger partner to bless your life, the blessing will become visible over time. Peace will become visible. Consistency will become visible. Respect will become visible. Now, angels say there is another blessing hidden inside this age difference. God is teaching you humility and freedom from control. Sometimes when you are older, you feel pressure to manage everything, to predict everything, to control outcomes, so you do not get hurt. You may start over-leading the relationship, over-correcting, overthinking, over-testing, not because you are proud, but because you are protecting yourself. But heaven says your safety is not control. Your safety is truth, boundaries, and God's covering. So God may be using this connection to heal the part of you that tries to control love so you can avoid pain. And God is replacing that with a calmer strength. The strength to communicate clearly. The strength to wait for fruit. The strength to walk away from red flags without bitterness. The strength to receive a blessing without sabotaging it. This is why Proverbs 3 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." Your understanding might be shaped by past disappointment, but God's direction is shaped by your future peace. And Ecclesiastes says, "Two are better than one because they lift each other when one falls." A blessing partner is not a drain. They are support. They are partnership. They are someone who adds strength, not stress. Now, angels say if this message is for you, you have been feeling a quiet confirmation already. Not loud excitement. Quiet confirmation. A steady sense that this connection is not random. A sense that you are not chasing. A sense that the person is showing up. A sense that respect is real. So here is the wisdom for your next step. Do not rush. Do not hide in fear. Move with prayer and clarity. Build slowly enough to see patterns. Speak your standards calmly. Allow time to reveal character. Let peace lead. And if you are still asking God for confirmation, keep it simple. God, if this is a blessing, let peace remain and fruit increase. Let clarity grow. Let respect stay steady. Let our connection be honorable and clean. Remove anything not aligned. Gently but clearly. Now receive this blessing over your love life. May God remove every counterfeit connection that wastes your time and drains your spirit. May God expose hidden motives without destroying your peace. May your discernment stay calm and sharp. May your boundaries remain strong without hardening your heart. May God bless you with a partner who honors you consistently, respects your pace, and builds with responsibility. May your home be protected from jealousy, gossip, and sabotage. May your relationship grow in clarity and commitment. May your peace become normal. And if you want to stay connected to more messages like this, subscribe and stay close. Like the video so it reaches someone else who is quietly praying for the same confirmation. And comment Amen or I receive if your spirit agrees with what heaven is building in your life.